Welcome to the vlog. Welcome back to another episode of the vlog. Firstly, thank you so much for everyone who watched the last one and sent me nice messages. I think it's made it quite clear to me that people just love to see big fish, because there was quite a few big fish in that last one. I was even surprised myself at how many I managed to catch. I'd love to say it's the same this time around, but it isn't quite going to have as many of those monsters that we had in the spring episode, but there's still a few nice ones in this one, so I hope you enjoy it. We're going to run through what I've been up to this summer, the fishing I've been getting into, the trips I've been on, and also we're going to have the session piece, as we always do, the same format. For this episode, we are down at the Carp Society's Horseshoe Lake in the Cotswolds. It's a beautiful lake. It's a lake that I never fish as much as I'd like to. Whenever I come down here, I leave those gates thinking, I want to come back, I want to fish here again. But with it being so far away, I never get around to doing it. So I thought it was the perfect place, the perfect excuse to come down for this vlog episode. We would have started a little bit earlier, but unfortunately, Joe, when he put Horseshoe Lake into his sat nav, it took him to the wrong Horseshoe Lake. So we're a little bit behind schedule. We're a little bit behind schedule, but it shouldn't matter too much. I got here last night, put a bit of bait out, and the rods are on the dance floor now. So hopefully we catch a few over the course of this session to show you. It's not the first time I fished here this summer. I was actually down here for the Festival of Carp open weekend that the Carp Society put on. It is like a mini show. There's people come down and visit. There's lots of other brands here. Really, really enjoyable. They do it every year, and I'm always a big fan of this event, not just because it's such a great event, but also because we get to get the rods out and do a bit of fishing. So whilst we wait for the first bite of the session, first carp bite of the session, let's take you back to the start of summer, back here at Horseshoe for the Festival of Carp weekend. Welcome to the Horseshoe Festival of Carp. Now, we got down here last night, struggled to get a couple of rods out, but this morning we've woken up and there's fish fizzing all over us. So it's action station. Myself, got Nige down here, and Curly got rods out before the customers arrive for the day, and Curly has just had one. So let's go check that out and I'll give you a run through of what is actually going to happen today. You've had one then?
I have, mate, yeah.
How did that happen? Little zig?
Magic, mate, little zig.
Just as we're swapping over to bottom baits?
Crying for a zig, innit?
Yeah, go on, let's have a look. Is it a good one?
Mid-20 probably.
Mid-20. Go on, Curly.
Yes.
Ooh. That's a party fish, isn't it? It wasn't the party fish. It was just another VS stock. It looked quite similar, but it's a nice one. So we'll get them out, show you, and then crack on with what's going to be a very enjoyable day, I'm sure. So I was just about to get Curly's fish out, and my rod that I just dropped with the baiting pole's gone. Just trying to keep it out of the weed. But with this rain coming in, we thought they were going to move out of Summer Bay, but thankfully they've stayed in for a little bit, long enough for us to get a bite. I just need to bring it in through all this weed, which with barbless hooks is always a bit of a worry.
Alright, now you know.
Oh, Curly, that was bang on for it.
You're not stabbing it, mate.
Whee! I felt a lot of pressure there with everyone watching me. Cheers. We're back.
We're back.
Alright, sweet. That'll do. Right, should we get them out now?
Brace shot, innit?
Brace shot, yeah, I think so. Right, well, we finally started fishing properly this morning, didn't we? And it didn't take long. We both got one. Curly's on a zig, one on the bottom. Yeah, happy days. Not a bad little start.
That'll do, innit?
Too right. Mega carp. Sick, nice one. Right, I've just come back from doing my talk. What's going on here, Ben? That looks like my rod.
I think I'm a snared one, haven't I?
You snared one. Weren't you supposed to let the kids reel them in, as opposed to just pushing them out the way? Look at all these kids waiting to reel one in, and you've just taken it from them. Unbelievable. Is it a nice one?
Yeah, it's right. She'll do.
There we go. Right, there's plenty of fish being caught, and I thought I'd just take a little moment whilst we have a moment between the captures to say why we're here. So we're here with Bristol Angling Centre. There's a big festival on, organised by the Carp Society at Horseshoe. And yeah, it's all of the brands come together, showcase their gear, do a bit of fishing, have a few beers. It's been going on for quite a while now, and it's always a really good weekend. Me and Curly last year, it was one of our greatest angling performances together ever, wasn't it, Curly?
We should have made like British team.
Yeah, it was impressive last year. We basically we fluked a good session on Winter Point, and we've talked about it in the office ever since. So it's not looking like that yet, but it's slowly getting towards that level, isn't it? We'll catch a few more. So Nigel's had one. We'll just show you Nigel's fish, and then I'm sure in the next hour or so we'll have another one. So we have had quite a few fish now. Obviously just put back that really nice scaly original, which I'm buzzing about, but I think the plan is now to try and keep them here, to put a little bit of bait in. Right now I've been just fishing for bites, but me and Nige have decided, teamwork, innit Nige?
Teamwork, mate.
We're going to put loads of bait out, probably like 4 or 5 kilos of boilies, and hopefully that'll hold the fish here, get them moving around as well so we can fish them a little bit more effectively, and then we can start just casting pop-ups over the top. So got a lot of bait to put out, and hopefully we will catch a few more of these awesome horseshoe carp. A big old storm was on its way in. Thankfully me and Nige managed to get the bait out in time. Rods are out, hopefully get on in the night to show you first thing in the morning, but yeah, I think it's gonna be a case of hunkering down for the night, because as you can see, there's a big old storm coming. Hey Curly, we're gonna catch a big one tonight?
I will, you won't.
Big carp weather, come on. Oh, look how tired my eyes are. And I didn't even catch anything last night. I had a great night's sleep. But nothing to report. I think Nige had a tench and that was about it, but the fish are still there in Summer Bay. We've got a few more hours, gonna redo the rods and try and get one more carp to sign off on. There we go. Ooh. We're in. There we go, great end to a fantastic weekend at Horseshoe. Love coming down here, seeing everyone, seeing all the visitors, but most importantly, I always say this when we come to these horseshoe events, you get to fish as well and catch really cool carp like this. So I'm going to slip him back now. Very happy with how the weekend's gone, and head off home. So you join us back from the open day at Horseshoe, and we returned to Horseshoe for the in-session. And as always is the case with these vlogs, we can't stay in one place for too long, we're moving. The gentleman to my right, he's the only other person who's fishing this part of the lake. He's just left, and as he left, he came to say that he'd had a few fish, but every single bite came between sort of 6 a.m. and 10 a.m. in the morning. And I make him right, it does seem like the fish are moving out of here in the day, and they won't come back until at the very earliest, the evening time. So instead of sitting here waiting for them, let's go chase them. Let's go over to Summer Bay, where I've just been and seen a few carp. Try and catch a couple of carp there during the afternoon period, and then we'll come back here, get the rods out for the evening in preparation for hopefully a morning smash up. So without further ado, let's get on our toes, go catch some fish. Situations like this where the Bushwhacker Pro with the deeper attachment really comes into its own. I've got fish out in front of me, they're fizzing, they're feeding, but it's quite a weedy bay. And if you were dropping blind, there's a real high chance you're just going to be dropping into a big bunch of weed. By having the deeper attachment, I know exactly what I'm dropping on. I know that I'll be dropping in a clear area, I'm fishing, I'm presented, and I won't be wasting a chance of catching a carp. That's it, rods are out, move complete, and it's time to sit in the shade, get out the sun. It's pretty hot today, and considering how bad the weather's been all summer, it's typical that just as we start to enter into autumn, the weather starts to get bright and sunny. Although, having said that, there was a couple of days this summer where we've had decent weather, and one of those days I headed off to Walthamstow Reservoir with Jacob Ware to try and catch my first carp from the complex. Despite living in London for nearly 2 years now, never really interested me to have a go there, but I thought I'd make that right, have a go and try and catch my first carp from the complex. So check out how I got on. Welcome to Walthamstow, and despite the fact I've lived in London for 2 years now, I've never actually caught a carp from this famous capital complex. So I've roped in the help of, can I call you a Walthamstow legend?
Not really.
Walthamstow legend, Jacob, because we're going to France tomorrow and Jacob still doesn't have his driving licence, so it means I have to do all the driving. So it's only fair that in return he gives me a little guided tour of Walthamstow and we go and try and catch my first Walthamstow carp. So that's the plan. I've got the barrel loaded up with bottom bait gear and floaters on Jacob's instruction. I'm going to see if we can go catch, my first Walthamstow fish.
Come on. That might be the big one. That might be the big one, Henry. Yeah, I think that's the big one, you know. That's my main target.
Is it?
Yeah,
wow.
That's my...
Probably shouldn't fish for it then.
Shut up, I'm not going to be here till the end of the year. Get a rod out.
Jacob's taken me on a right merry dance around the whole complex and saw some big fish, especially in the Copper Mill. I was really hoping we'd get one in there. I'd love to catch one out there, but they've been a bit spooky. We've come round to the back of 3, is it, Jacob?
Lake 3, yeah.
Back of Lake 3, and we found some fish in the edge under a famous bush that I believe Jacob knows all about. He's caught the big one from here. I'm not fishing there just for that reason. I have seen some fish there, so I'm going to get a rod out with the baiting pole, sit back for a couple of hours. Hopefully we can nick a bite, get the first Walthamstow fish in the net.
Come on. Bit of B-roll for you, Joe. Mate, they're showing like mad on that snag.
They are, aren't they?
Come on.
I'm gonna sneakily drop.
The big common loves it at this end of the lake and all.
Oh, don't say that. Imagine catching that.
Look at it, mate, look at it sheeting on the snag, look.
Right.
Come on, get it out.
Let's do it then. Let's do it.
What are you putting out? Bit of particle?
Large seed mix, bit of sweet corn, 12 from Scopex squid and flake. Do they like it in here?
They love everything.
They love it.
Everything.
No, they only love
They
Scopex
only
squid.
love. They only like Nash bait in
They
it.
only like Nash bait. Okay, good answer. Right, let's do it. Yeah, sweet. Just up to the end of it now.
Well, that is about
That
as
has
good
got
as
to
you're going
go,
to get,
innit?
isn't it?
Come on.
Finally got them taking floaters. This is going to the right there. Beautiful cast. Go on. Please. Slightly to your left. It's just come up. But... Yes! Oh my god! He took one off the top! You won't believe it! We literally just had a few. We've been trying to get them up all day. Mate, you've hooked one.
That was a nice mirror, mate.
I can't believe you just hooked one off the top.
King of the Stow. What?
Come on. No way.
Mia, can you get the net?
That's incredible. You just thought that the odds of getting off the top here was so low.
Yes! Come on.
We're just going to leave as well. We're going to give it another half an hour.
We didn't even say that. I think we said 15 minutes.
15
We're about
minutes.
5 minutes into the last 15 minutes.
Come on.
Super despondent.
That's heroic stuff, that is, Henry.
That's good bloody angling, that.
Oh, it's a nice one.
A lovely one, isn't
Old
it?
little chunky mirror. It's mad, innit? Just one come up and took a few, and then a few sort of showed a bit of an interest. Sunburnt so bad.
But it doesn't matter now.
I'm glad it's
Jacob.
worthwhile. Come on. Still a few out there, mate.
They're taken.
No, but I think we
That was
put...
the most delicate take as well.
Mate,
I wasn't even sure it took
I was
it.
filming, but I don't know if I was like looking there. I think I was watching another fish coming up, and I saw it just sort of take it and you strike.
I just saw the line start pulling away because I wasn't sure it actually took my hook
Yeah,
back. I
yeah.
just saw the line start pulling away and I was like,
Yeah,
it's going to have to be.
that's
And
mad.
it was.
So good that. Come on.
He's in the net.
Yes.
Oh my word, that feels good. That feels so, so good.
Off the top as well. I can't believe it. Sick.
Proper gnarly old one.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's 150 million years old.
It's got to be, innit? It's got to be. Check him out. It's been a long old day. Big lap round the complex. Found some fish feeding on the bottom. Got baiting poled rigs out to them. Really wasn't happening. We're quite surprised. And then a quarter of an opportunity came up on the surface. And somehow we got very lucky. This one took in my imitation dog biscuit. And here we go. First stow carp. Thank you, Jacob.
Come on. That's
Proper
a result,
old
mate.
thing, innit?
Honestly, it's not
How old
easy.
is that?
That's got to be 35 years old, I
It's
reckon.
got to be in it. Look at that.
The thing is, on the stow, the bird life and everything, getting them on the top isn't easy, mate. So I'm shocked.
I couldn't believe
Just
that's how
one
he did
fish
it.
come up and took a few, and he just managed to get it. So
Yeah.
it's one of them.
One of them. Got a
lucky
little bit lucky,
spells.
but we'll
That's good.
take it. Need a bit of luck.
Right, well, we off now?
We've got a van to pack and we've got to drive to the Alps.
Off to the Alps.
So let's get him back. And,
Christened on your first trip to the stow.
yeah, too
Come on.
right. Wicked. Nice one, mate.
No worries.
Come on.
Bit of B-roll for you, Joe, with the rods, because I've deleted all the bite cams.
There we go, my first Walthamstow carp. Apparently it's one of the old ones known as the tadpole, which is pretty cool to catch one of the named fish, so I was well happy with that. And I'll tell you what, that day, it reminds me a lot of how today's going. It was hot, it was sunny, things weren't going for it on the bottom, so we had to resort to surface tactics, and that's what I've gone for today as well. I really thought we were gonna get one in Summer Bay after we moved, but the bottom baits have been pretty still. I tried on the surface as well, and that's proving difficult. The fish are a bit cagey, so now, plan C, I'm gonna try a zig. Some really short zigs on the edge of this weed bed where the fish are hanging around. Last roll of the dice before heading back to the main swim. I'm hoping it works. It's been a long, hot, frustrating day. See if our fortune changes. A little Alan Blair trick this one, fishing zigs from the bushwhacker. If you put a zip tie on, cut the end off so you've got a little bit of a tag end, and have it the length of your zig hook link, clip your hook on, and it keeps the hook link out the way while you ship it out, and then when you turn it over and drop it, the zig will drop without the hook link tangling. Very effective way of fishing zigs stealthily instead of having to cast and spooking fish that are chilling in the area like they are now. Oh, what a day. One of them days where everything seems to be against you, and combined with the heat, yeah, it's been one of them sessions so far. This proves to me how difficult summer and autumn is. I'm a spring man through and through when it comes to carp fishing. I always just think it gets increasingly worse as soon as they start spawning, it just gets harder and harder, and today has really felt like that. The plan now is to head back to the original swim. As I said earlier, the guy who was fishing a similar sort of area, a couple of swims to the right, who left this morning, said that he had a few fish, but all in the morning. So that's why we moved away from there today, because it just didn't seem worth it. We came close here for a few times, but sadly didn't get anything. So back to the first swim now for the morning period tomorrow. Get the rods out, chill out a little bit, drink some water, because we're not had enough for that today. Just seen one bosh out straight out in front of me as well. So there's still a few fish here, but I think the best bet is to head back to where I put a bit of bait in already in preparation for the morning. So a reluctant, disappointed in myself pack up and back to the main swim. that's it. We're fishing again after what's been a really difficult day. Yeah, very, very hard work for very little reward. So I'm hoping that it's true about this swim doing well in the morning and we wake up tomorrow to a nice scaly horseshoe carp. That would be, yeah, much appreciated after the day I've had. Me and Joe are gonna chill out now. It's been a hot day, have a bit of food, cool down. And whilst we do that, check out the last little throwback sequence of this session, and that's to when me and Barney, one of our old videographers at Nash, we went on a little road trip down to the south of France. On the way back up, we did quite a bit of fishing, caught a few carp. Check out how we got on. What a long few days myself and Barney have had. We've been in the south of France. We've been visiting Lolo from the French team. He had a big beach party near his house in Perpignan. It was, yeah, it was really fun. A lot of driving on the way down to get there. We stopped off fishing on the way as well, so we didn't catch anything. Pike was yesterday, feeling very hungover today, but now we've got 4 days, I think, yeah, four nights in France to go fishing, and that's what we're going to do. But today has been lots of driving, like I said, feeling very hungover and sorry for ourselves. We've gone to about 5 or 6 lakes, and we finally found one that we like. There we go. What's that sun saying? Let's let the bear. We finally found one that we like. You can see my partner in crime behind me there. That's Barney. Some of you probably remember him from when he used to work at Nash. He doesn't work with us anymore, but we're still good friends. And he came along with me on this trip, and now he's going to fish with me. Like I said, it's been a long day trying to find somewhere to go. We finally have found somewhere, a very busy park lake, but there is an 80-pounder in here, so got to give it a go, ain't you? I think we're going to fish here for 2 or 3 nights before going onto a canal for a night. Yeah, enough rambling, let's get to it. What side do you want in this swim?
I kind of want the right-hand side, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll let you have the right-hand side if I can fish that bar.
The bar?
Yeah.
What? Where does the bar actually go?
I think the bar's pretty much in the middle.
Oh, I'd quite like to put a rod on the bar as well. It's massive, isn't it? Like, we can definitely get... It's like the length of the lake.
Yeah, but it's the length of the lake this way, not that way, isn't it? So I don't really know how you're going to do that.
Outrageous. I'm not sure about that. The bar, the single biggest feature of the lake. Fight.
We'll have to fight for it.
We'll have to fight, won't we?
We'll have to fight for it.
We all know how that'll end.
1 hour later.
We're come to a decision, didn't
Are
we?
you going to put one on the left? Or are you going to put one on the air?
Of course.
Of course.
But we've come up with a
compromise.
fair compromise.
Yeah.
We're going to rotate the bar,
Yeah.
and you can have the right-hand side, and I'll have the left-hand side and first go on the bar.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, that is 3 rods prepped, 3 spots found. I didn't really show you what I was doing to find the spots. Basically, I was going out in a 180 boat, one of the inflatable boats, going out with an Echo on my using my deeper and a underwater camera, and I was going out trying to find spots. Changes in depth, so I'm fishing at 10 foot, 30 foot and 16 foot because deep lakes like this, depth can be an important feature. Near snags, next to weed beds, on bars, things like that. So I'm happy with the spots I found, and then whilst I was out there, once I found the spots, thought they were perfect, put a nice bit of bait about, actually brought the bait boat with me. The purists listening to this are going to absolutely hate listening to all the tech that I use. But I then, with the bait boat, plug in the spot so that then I've got the GPS for the bait boat, so that I can actually drive the rigs out with the bait boat. So yeah, some people might call it cheating. We use drones, we use bait boats, we use echoes, we use underwater cameras. Yeah, I'm definitely not one for shying away from using a bit of tech. But each their own, it's angling after all. So Barn's out there now doing the same thing. I've got my rods waiting, ready to go out, just waiting for Barn to find his last couple of spots. And then we're fishing. Long day, really long day. I'm hoping to get rewarded with a big fish. 80 pound, there's an 80 pound common in here. And then we need some much needed rest. So come on the carp. Morning. What a busy night. Me and Bon barely slept again. We've got through a few species. Catfish, bream, tench. There's these little fish that look like a cross between a carp and a bream as well that we've caught. They're quite common in Europe. We had a couple of them. And also we had a carp. So the spot on the bar that we were both fighting over last night is my go to go on there first, because Barn got the right hand side of the swim that he wanted, and thankfully I had one. Yeah, 20 kilo, 44 pounds. So happy, absolutely beasted me. I can't remember the last time I got beasted that much by a fish, so yeah, I was glad to get it in the net. And yeah, we've got one off the mark. We are both shattered. Like I said, it was a busy night of catching nuisance species, so we're both pretty tired, but it feels good to finally caught one. Look at the size of that. What a sick start. First fish, first night. Mega old common. Blown away really. Thought it was going to be even bigger the way you worked. I thought I had that 80 pounder, but can't be disappointed ever with catching fish like this. Ridiculous. They're slipping back. This summer they are very lively. It's been in the sat for an hour or so I want to get them back. Minimum stress. But couldn't be happier for the start. Right, one last look at her. What a sick carp. To be fair, I think that's the trip made for me now. I wasn't really expecting to catch many big carp on this trip. I said the priority was the party, and just a bit of fishing thrown in, so to catch a carp like this, yeah, I'm pretty happy. Right, let's get her back. Oh, he looks big there, doesn't he? Yes! Wow, we were just pretty much saying we weren't going to catch one today, and that's absolutely ripped off, isn't it, Barn?
Absolutely. One on the bar. Taking it in turns on the bar, aren't we?
Yeah. When did you last play a carp, Barn?
Oof. What was the last time I caught a carp? Probably Chigborough or something last October. Long time ago.
Did it feel bigger than the Chigborough carp?
Probably. I don't know. Maybe not.
Oh dear.
Yeah, it doesn't feel that big, that's for sure.
In the net. Well in, Barn.
Beautiful.
First blood, baby.
Yeah.
Nice little common.
Yeah.
Angry, isn't he?
Yeah, he's dead. I'm straight up.
A bit of action.
Right, good to get off the mark.
Too right. And day bites, which I wasn't expecting.
Good.
The sun's just starting to set. Pretty quiet day. Me and Barn have just been in and out of the water, chilling out since his little carp this morning, and we had an absolute screamer of a take. Nearly pulled the rod in. Thankfully, Barn, I think you got it, didn't you, first?
Well, I mean.
My hero. And yeah, it's the margin rod that's gone in quite deep water. Like I said, 25 foot. In England, when the weather's like this, you wouldn't think they'd be this deep, but I think they try and get away with it when it's this intense over here. I'm not sure if it's going to be a cat. We had a big cat on this rod last night. Hopefully it's not a carp, but that bite was a bit indicative of a carp, wasn't it? Of a cat, wasn't it, Barn? It was a bit savage.
think that's because your rod nearly went flying. In between the one that I caught and yours.
We'll take him though, wouldn't we? Oh, that's another one from the river, you know. Whoa. Lovely car, that. Get in the net. Ooh, haha. There we go, another one. Basically a mini version of the one we had this morning. Just as the sun was starting to set a little bit. Felt good for a bite. Yeah, absolute screamer of a take. We've got another really cool, dark common from this particular lake. Yeah, really nice place. Apparently it's quite low stock here. I've been speaking to the person who put us on the venue. So to have 3 carp already in less than 24 hours of being here, having rods out, I think we're doing all right. And there's still that 80 pounder to go for, so plenty more to potentially catch. But for the time being, we'll admire this one, redo the rods, have some dinner. Yeah, a lovely evening in France. Morning guys, sorry for the pretty delayed catch up. I slept a lot last night, I needed to. It's been a long time since I slept a full night, and whether you can say fortunately we didn't catch anything so I could sleep, or unfortunately we didn't catch anything, either way I managed to get a lot of sleep last night. Barn didn't, barn caught no carp but loads of bream and quite a few catfish, so barn was pretty busy last night. For me I didn't even get a single bleep I don't think, so things have quietened down quite a bit. I don't know why. I really thought we were going to get one on that bar spot, maybe on that margin again. Barnf had a really nice spot on his right hand margin, that's where he got all the catfish from. He did see some carp there yesterday, so we went into last night feeling really confident, but no, nothing to report. So I think I'm going to give it one more day. We can't really go much longer than that because we do need to start thinking about heading back up towards Calais, and because of the lack of carp action, I think for the last night we'll try somewhere else. So that's the plan. Barnes just throwing rocks at me. You were busy with catfish last night, I was saying.
Yeah. Yeah. Biggest catfish I've ever caught though.
Sick. Nice.
Yeah. Frustrating.
Very frustrating. So one more night, we'll go tomorrow, go to a canal. One more big carp, come on.
Nice. Good
Have that, CARPology viewers. See you later. Morning guys, welcome to our final morning at this particular lake, and as you can see I'm playing one, but I've got a suspicious feeling it's going to be a catfish, unfortunately. However, it's not all bad news because Barn had one in the night and it was a carp, so we've at least got one carp to show you. And you never know, this could turn out to be a carp, but when they fight like this erratically, big head shakes, big odd runs, normally it's a catfish. But you never know, at least Barn got one. There is a way to safely handle these without putting them in the net. First you need to make sure that they're sort of completely out of energy before you grab their mouths, so they don't twist and potentially break any fingers. And then to do this, I'll grab the leader, bring them in, make sure the line's not twisted, and you sort of just hit their faces lightly. And you can see he's not swimming off. Normally this means they're pretty much done in terms of the fight. I think this one is. You grab it quite firmly like this. You can see that their teeth, they do have teeth, but they're like sandpaper, so it's not like they're going to slice you or anything. You might get a little cut. And then he's all unhooked and ready to go back. What a beautiful sight, eh, Barn?
Lovely.
Right, I'd say he's about £40, £50 maybe. Let's get him back. Thanks, mate. Much appreciated. They do look massive, don't they, when they go back like that?
Yeah.
Nice work, Barn.
Yeah. Good. Finally got a decent one, which is nice.
I reckon, yeah, mid-20.
Yeah.
They're definitely from the river. They've got
nice
that
long one.
Yeah, long shape, and they've got the really cool mouths. Yeah, really cool carp. We did it!
Yeah, finally.
Just reeling the last of the rods, that dreaded van. Unload, load. God, I do it so often now. It's yeah, it's the most tedious part of fishing, but that's all pretty much done. Ready to go on the road. 6 hours to the next spot. We're going further north towards Calais to a canal spot. I've never been before. Someone's put me on it. So this is it's not a long stretch, but there's quite a few decent fish in there, so it's perfect for a little stop off on the way home. If we nick one more, then we're doing really well. But I'm glad that Barn's caught. I've had a couple. We've had one nice one, so for a little stop off road trip on the way back from a party in the south of France, yeah, I think we're doing all right. I've got to say though, the weather is not helping. I always try and avoid coming over to Europe at this time of year just because it's just so hot, and I don't think the fish are that interested in feeding because of the heat. I don't normally come back till the start of September, and some of the times, the days with how hot they've been, it's reminded me exactly why. But it is what it is. We still managed to catch a few. Right, let's go. Okay, we have made it to the canal. Long old drive, but wasn't too bad. Pretty straightforward, as is most of driving on the French motorways. But we got to the canal, and yeah, it's pretty cool. It's loads of short stretches, quite close together in a small area. So I'm going to walk up and down them, see if we can find anything. I do know that there's a decent stock of fish in them. We should be able to find a couple, I'm sure, and then we're just going to drop on and do the night. I do love canal fishing, especially in France. It's really cool. The stock of fish is quite surprising. Look at these muddy little venues, and sometimes you think there's going to be nothing in here, but a lot of the time there are fish in there, and there are some big fish. Hopefully that's the case here. So yeah, we'll have a little walk around. One down there. And we'll have a little walk around, see if we can see anything, and then just plot up somewhere for the night before heading back to England. We're at the end of the trip now, so it's a case of using whatever bait we've got left to make this mix. I think we're out of tigers and tiger nut slush, which I would have loved, especially with the number of brass and shat we saw. But we can I'm sure we can make something up with what we got left. So some large seed mix, quite a bit of sweet corn's going to go in. Again, to deal with the brass and shat, I find they're not as bad when it comes to particle. Oh, look how excited I'm getting! I'm just dropping everything. Come on! Start that squid, big sizes. Right, let's go. That bankside dining, isn't it, Barn?
Not bad, is it?
It's all right. Rods are out. A selection of French goodness.
It's how to live.
And some wine.
Beautiful wine.
Come on, the carp. Right, we've had a bite. It's not the big mirror. It's a common of about £3. That was exciting though, wasn't it, Barn?
That was exciting. We thought
it was all happening. Just had dinner.
Sat in the sunset. Not bad.
So beautiful.
And this is a beautiful fish as well, isn't it?
Oh,
They're all beautiful.
they're all beautiful, but not as beautiful as a £40 mirror. Can't win them all.
No.
Massive. Little canal scamp.
If I hold the camera there.
And then shoot on 24.
Yeah, right, actually.
There we go.
Now we're talking.
Let me hold it out.
Now we're talking.
They look big, yeah?
That's a big at that.
Right, sweet. Cool little one, but not what we're after. but very welcome. Slipping back, you don't want to move, do you?
Well, I'd like to sit maybe for another
Yeah,
20 minutes or so, half an hour.
Stick it out, yeah.
And getting a few liners.
All right, sweet. Nice. Okay, the sun's setting and Barn and I get to the point where we need to decide what we're doing for the night, and I think we're going to stay where we are. Where we baited up did look good, there's some nice fish in there, but that big mirror is just keeping me here for the night, so we're going to stay here, fish all along this one bank. We've got this whole bank covered. It's such a short stretch that I think throughout the night, pretty much every fish in here is going to go past our rods once. I reckon they just go up and down. It's not really a lot else for them to do, so I'm feeling confident we could catch one tonight. Then I think we'll wake up in the morning, see out bite time, and then maybe go and check out the other stretch we baited and see if there's anything going there before driving home. Might be the wrong call, but you never know for sure. I just think that big mirror was such a cool fish that I'd love to do a night for it. So that's the plan. We'll see you tomorrow. Morning, and we've caught some carp. I actually finished on 4. All of them were about the same size as the one that you saw yesterday evening, so I've not caught anything worth keeping or worth showing you. But Barn has, he's caught a decent one, he said, that he's sacked it, so we're going to get out now for a picture. And then I think we're going to head back. We might go check out the other canal, but to be honest, it's getting kind of late now, and yeah, I think it's time to go back to England. So let's see Barney's fish before signing off.
There we go. The fruits of last night. It's been a very, very, very fun trip with you, mate.
Yeah, it has.
Not been loads of carp, but I think we've done pretty well, all things considered. And yeah, nice to end on this one. Doesn't seem like there's that many big fish in this stretch. There's lots of little ones. I think you were up last night, weren't you? Catching lots of small ones. So it was nice to get this one.
And we'll be back for the big mirror.
Yeah, that big mirror has eluded us on this occasion, but you know it's here.
Right.
Anyway, let's get this one back.
Good stuff.
He's not very happy.
No. Good stuff, mate. Well done.
Sound.
Oh my God, it feels good to be speaking to you with a rod in my hand with a carp attached. Woke up this morning about 6 o'clock, which is when I was told sort of the action starts, and it looked really dead out and I was feeling really despondent, and then completely out of the blue, I've not seen any fish show the spot or anything. I've had an absolute ripper. And we've got a carp. Oh, it's been a tough session and I really thought it was going to end in a blank there. But providing this ends up in the net, we've got one. Yes, thank the Lord. Oh, that's a nice one. Yes. Talk about a welcome fish. Been really slow here at Horseshoe. So to get a completely out the blue bite this morning after it all looked a bit dead is very, very satisfying. And there's a bit more fizzing out there, so we might even have a chance of catching another one. Yeah, well happy with that. Finally got a carp to show you. Yeah, buzzing, great morning now. Well, sadly the morning smash up that I said was inevitably going to happen in here hasn't quite happened, and we've just had the one fish, but considering how difficult this session's been, yeah, I'll take that. It has been tough going, but that's fishing. Oh, that's you. That's your rod. Even Joe's not caught one this episode. That shows you how difficult it's been, because normally when we go, Joe will come and catch about 4 or 5. So if Joe's not caught, you know it's been fishing hard. Yep. So it's not been the easiest session, but I hope you've enjoyed it. That's the end of summer, and I look forward to welcoming you to the next vlog when we cover what I've been getting up to in autumn.